don't believe that you can do that weight, if you don't believe that you can win, why should anybody else, right? So you've got to have that trust in yourself that you know that you can go in there and you can do it, right? And then it will manifest itself. In my entire career, I've hit only 2 lifts ever that I bent over to pick the bar up and didn't think I was ever going to do it, And I've missed probably hundreds of lifts that I thought for sure there's no way I'm going to miss this, But what I'm starting to find as I'm getting, a little bit more experienced is that I'm able to control that ego a little bit more, and I'm not like quite as tempted to feed it, like whereas I used to when I was a little bit more inexperienced, I'd say, wow, this 350 press feels easy today. Usually it's heavy. Let me try 370, 380. Let me go for a PR. Now it's get in the training, train it perfectly, and then hit it when it counts. It doesn't matter if you hit that 400 log or the 250 dumbbell or whatever in training if you can't do it in the contest, right? So use training for that purpose. Get stronger, get faster, get your conditioning up, get your technique down, get all of those things so that you can show it on the the contest day, because that's when it really counts. Nobody cares if you can squat 1,000 pounds in your garage if you can only squat 500 on the platform. Some things that I've really been working on, I've cut back I've cut back a lot on frequency. So when I was training for Strongman, I was training 5 days a week, relatively like low volume, but I was training more frequently. And the reason is because there are so many different things to train for. You have to be fast, you have to be conditioned, you have to be good at the log and the axle and the dumbbell. Like there's not just one pressing event, there's not just one loading event. You have to load stones, you have to load kegs, you have to load sandbags, all those things. So you need more days because you couldn't do them all at once. Now that I'm doing more powerlifting, it's a lot less frequency because I only have to train 2 or 3 lifts. So that's all. Again, going back to that's just gonna save my joints for the long run. So my undergraduate degree is in chemistry, and I have a concentration in biochemistry, and then my master's degree is in molecular biochemistry. My graduate research actually was on the production of catecholamines in rats. Basically what we did is we stressed them out as adolescents and then let them grow to full maturation. And what we did is we ran field tests to see, how dealing with stress, as a child affects your ability to deal with stress as an adult. Then what we did is, basically take them, make a puree of their brain and detect, how does that affect the chemical level, right? So, which is basically, this is what Strongman is. So Strongman is, here's the macro, okay, but what's going on in the micro, right? So that mindset helps me to kind of see what's actually happening, and then look further into why is it happening, and then I can work it backwards. Once I figure out why it's happening, change it, make what I want to happen, and then from that pick up the actual physio thing that we're going to see. Really just, I started, like I said, weight training at 14 years old, and I wasn't like really the typical kid that, walked in and did some bench and some curls. I remember this, there was, the baseball program, and I was unable to train with the baseball team when they trained immediately after school because my mom didn't get home from work until later. So she would take me to the gym, but I got a hold of the baseball workout. So what I would do is I would take the workout and I would go to the gym and then blow through the workout in one day. Every single day. I would blow through the entire week's worth of workout in one day, and it was easy. I was like, oh, this is easy. And I was walking out of the gym one day, and the gym owner says to me, didn't you just bench yesterday? Yeah, of course. What are you talking about? And he's like, don't you think you're overtraining? And I'm like, there's absolutely no way right now I'm overtraining. So I ran home and Googled what is overtraining. And I picked up all these, training programs. And from that point on, it was just like, couldn't stop reading, so read everything possible that I could read. And from there, you read on, okay, well, my recovery sucks. Okay, well, I need to get into nutrition. Okay, so how do I improve my nutrition? And it all comes full circle, so you have to understand, again, what's going on the micro level to affect what's on the macro level. And it's just, it's fascinating to me, and I don't know. I probably bore people when I talk about it, but, some people care, I guess. Oh, it affects it a ton. again, my recovery is a ton better because I figure out basically the relevance of studies. There are studies published every single day about these types of things, but your ability to be able to pick out the ones that are meaningful, that actually will appear, with some benefit is huge. The ability to actually, pick out those studies and figure out like which ones really matter, which ones you need to go through, and apply that. So, again, I'm able to really look through things, see what matters, and pull it all together.